Brand Presence Leadership Series. My name is Dom Fawcett, your executive coach and leadership speaker. I haven't really talked about this much, but you can find me on YouTube, Think React Lead, Instagram, Dom Fawcett, and all of my content is pretty similar to this. Some of the platforms are a little bit more exciting because it's required for social media, but positioning yourself as a leader in 20 minutes or less. Let me share this with you. When I was in the corporate space, like not too long ago, I was in a position where I knew that 6 months from that moment, there were going to be some executive positions opening up. And I thought to myself, I'm looking at all of my competition because there was a lot. I mean, I've got people with double masters. I've got people with, military experience, like officers in the military, retired officers. Granted, I was in the military, but I'm not a retired officer. I did my time 4 years when I got out. But I needed a play. I needed to figure out how was I going to position myself, as I call it, the obvious choice, or as a furthered leader to get the position. Now, there were only 3 positions that were coming up, and there were, give or take, 20 to 30 solid candidates. So as a position opens up, you have to think outside of the box. What I did was the one thing that nobody was doing. They were posting like their personal life on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Trust me when I say HR or higher ups, they're going through your social media. And that's a topic for another day. But as I knew they were going through my social media, because I used to work in HR, like hiring people, I knew that if I just did a leadership video a day, 2 to 3 minutes, then I would be seen by my peers, because people are inquisitive or nosy. I would be seen by others as a subject matter expert on leader. And who doesn't want to promote the leader? Right? Finding your niche. So how do you position yourself as a leader? Now, did I get the job? Of course I got the job. And I negotiated my salary, and it just worked out wonderfully. Now, positioning yourself as a leader will make you work more meaningful and advance your career. You can gain influence based strictly on your title or on knowledge and skills you already possess. While it could maybe take years to climb the corporate ladder, why? You don't need to do that. You need to tap into your personal strengths. This is something you can start doing right now. Have you considered that? Learn how to use your current assets to build up your clout within the workplace. So using your knowledge to position yourself as a leader. Number 1, read daily. There was a book that I read, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And if you buy the book, I don't get paid from it. This is just what I did. So I'm sharing some personal insights that I use. There was another book, How to Think Like a CEO, forgot the author. And then there was John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Those all strategically help me promote and move up. But pick up books about business, or business advice, or any topic that interests you. The more you read, the better prepared you'll be to contribute to any discussion. You'll be well-rounded. You'll sound like a leader, whether you're engaging in a small talk or critiquing a new logo. Number 2, sign up for training. I know, sometimes training is so boring. Speaking of training, you're on training right now, so I'm glad you signed up for this. This isn't boring, but sometimes instructors will talk like this. And you know what? Sign up for it. Take advantage of programs your employer offers. Brush up on your high school Spanish if you need to, or become proficient with a new software package. Number 3, browse during breaks. Those brief intervals you spend on hold or pausing between meetings can be put to great use. Break out your phone, if you're allowed to be on it while you're at work, and search for industry news. Having this information will help you stand out if you're the first one to notice maybe a major lawsuit or a merger. Sometimes you can do this in smaller companies. Take a course. Many adults, you and I, juggle full-time jobs while going back to school. Schedule an appointment at your university or online to see what you need to complete your degree or advance your degrees. Number 5, consult an expert. Like, I'm an expert in my field of helping people promote up the ranks. And I recall an individual, his name's Sam. We'll call him Sam H. That's not what we're calling him. That is his name. I think in this situation, I'm supposed to use like another name, but Sam H., he's my buddy. He came to me wanting to promote. And he wanted to hire me as a coach, which he did. But what I told him to do, and this is going to be beneficial to you, we all have a boss or what I call the gatekeeper. If you ask your gatekeeper, it could be your boss, your boss's boss, whoever is responsible for you getting to the next level. Oftentimes it's your boss. Pull them aside in your one-to-one. You don't have to like them. Put the emotions aside and just ask them if they would be okay being your mentor. So don't ask, would you be my mentor? Because then their response is closed-ended, yes or no. Just say, hey, you know what? I really admire, and you kind of got to schmooze a little bit. I admire the work that you do. I've learned these are some things I've learned since I've been under you, but I was wondering if we could take this a step further and maybe I meet with you for one time a month for 30 to 45 minutes each month. That's going to stroke their ego. It's going to make them feel good, and they'll say yes. So if they're the gatekeeper, they're mentoring you for the next position. Who do you think is going to get it? You are. It works I've used it 3 times in my career. Works every time. Contact others in your network who would be willing to share their wisdom. Interview a colleague who has published a new book and promote her work on your personal blog, right? You'll both benefit from increased information and publicity. Number 6, shadow a star employee. If imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, guess what? A high performer may be pleased to show you the ropes. Let them know that you admire their style. Offer to assist them with specific tasks so you can learn from their example. Again, you don't have to like the people that you're learning from, but I will say this, as a leader, your responsibility is to be influential. So if you don't like somebody, you really got to go into deep in self and ask yourself, like, why do I not like this person? Because oftentimes what you don't like about them, you don't like about yourself. But again, a story for another day. Now, using your skills to position yourself as a leader. Can you do that? Number 1, take responsibility. Prove that you can be trusted to live up to your obligations. Develop a reputation for completing assignments and meeting deadlines. In a previous series, we talked about time management, right? So number 2, document your accomplishment. It is not your boss's responsibility to document everything that you do. Your boss has a life outside of work. They have roles and responsibilities that you may not be aware of that's coming down from their boss, right? They have life events outside of work. They're not going to remember every little thing that you do. Matter of fact, you're not going to remember everything you do. So write it down. So make it a habit to write down your ideas and achievements. Looking over your victories will boost your confidence. Even the missteps will suggest adjustments you can make to be better next time. Now, express enthusiasm. Can you do that? Attitude is an important part of leadership. Did you know that? Speak kindly to your coworkers and care about their welfare. So, for example, what does that look like? When you ask them how they're doing, say, hey, how you doing? And don't hang out. This is a mistake a lot of people make. They hang out, if you're in office, with the exact same people all of the time. Diversify your associations. If the 5 closest people to you at work act like you, look like you, think like you, believe like you, and sound like you, my friend, you will never grow. And then find gratification in your work and how it serves the community. Number 4 for this aspect is take initiative. Be willing to go the extra mile. Volunteer for tasks that fall outside of your job description, even if they're less than glamorous, right? Pitch in when the sales team needs a hand entering quarterly data. Offer to help. Number 5, share feedback. Thank people for commenting on your performance and recommending steps you can take to further your professional growth. Everybody loves to give feedback, so you might as well open those doors for them to do so. Offer constructive and tactful criticism that enables others to do the same. Number 6, give generously. Above all, let your colleagues know that they can count on you when they need your time and expertise. And when you provide this information, keep it short, succinct. You don't have to provide a once upon a time, and don't get caught up in loving to hear yourself talk, right? Strive to be a valuable and vulnerable team member. Keep an eye out for anyone who's struggling so you can create mutually beneficial relationships. Transform yourself into the kind of leader other employees will want to follow. Like, it's that simple. You just have to put in the effort and put in the work. Your knowledge and skills are valuable resources that can help you to develop your talents and inspire others.